So recently I moved into a new house and I think I found an ADHD proof way of doing laundry. So if you struggle doing laundry, you have ADHD, make sure you watch this video. I'm going to show you my whole system and I'm going to tell you how to adapt it if in case you don't have in-home laundry or things like that. I'm so happy, by the way, that I have in-home laundry again because I cannot tell you how big of a pain in the ass doing laundry is. Taking it to the location, bringing it back, folding just isn't going to happen. But I know a lot of you are struggling in your homes to fold laundry and get things done, so here's my whole entire process. I'm going to set you down right here. Where I'm setting you is my folding table. So how I have this sectioned off is I have everything that needs folded right over here. I have my sock basket kind of under my clothes only because limited space. I have a box of hangers right here. Now when I need to go and get new hangers, because that's one of the things we have to do, right? We gotta gather all the hangers. One of the pains of the ass is carrying a bunch of hangers with you. I'm just keeping this box. I am putting the hangers in the box, bringing the box down, and it's gonna be way easier. Now for context, who lives in my house is just me and my wife. So if I had kids, I would probably either get a second table right here, or I would do, which I think I'm gonna do this anyway soon, I'm gonna get just like a little $20, $25 rack on wheels that you can get from Walmart or something. And it's just gonna go right over here somewhere, so that way if I need to get clothes out of the way and organize them off, I'm gonna do that. This is set up almost like a retail back room. And this is a great way to get your laundry done and get it organized, but in a way where it feels like it's seamless because everything is centrally located. And what I do is when I'm done folding my stuff, I always start with my stuff first. If you don't like to do that, you don't have to do that. But I start with my stuff first. I put them over here on the washer and dryer. I put my stuff over there just because I know I'm taking my stuff instantly. From here, I start organizing my wife's stuff. So what I'll do is this table is the folding table, but it will become my wife's table when she's ready for her pickup of clothes. Okay, so now that I have a few of these up on here, now you can see my clothes. So let me take you through my clothes just real quick. So as you can see right here, so this is my wife's stuff. So this is some stuff that I'm hanging for her. And then on this side, what I'm doing is I'm putting all of my things that need to be hanged up to put away. Now on over here, this is all the stuff that needs to be folded up. Now, if you look over here, you will see that I have some unmentionables, wadded up, folded up, what have you. And then I have some jeans and some hangers. But for her stuff, I just have this little shirt right here, these two little shirts actually. And then I have this stuff that's kind of going in drawers or whatnot. Why am I doing it this way? Why am I not putting the stuff from the folding table to here over here? Well, the reason I'm doing that is because in our house, what I do is anything that needs to go in dressers, I just go ahead and give them to the person because with closets, they're only going to one spot. So these are going in multiple drawers. She likes to organize them a certain way. I have my own flow. So since I'm taking care of laundry, I'm just taking care of my business on this one while these wash and dry. But then anything that's hung up can just go straight up in a closet. So you can adapt this part to however works for your household. And if you have kids, this is a really good way for them to teach them how to come get their clothes. Now, the reason I do this in here as opposed to doing it out in the living room where it's closer to the rooms or things like that is because I have a station here that, first of all, I can just turn and go. Turn and go. And then I grab a hanger from right over here, right? And I just turn and go. There's not a lot of getting out of place. There's not a lot of moving. There's not a lot of back and forth. And so it keeps me centralized here. The other reason is that the dogs that we have are least likely to follow me into here while I'm doing this because there's just not a lot of space. Now, if you have younger kids, they'll probably still follow you because kids just follow anybody anywhere, but they are least likely to probably come in the laundry room if you have a laundry room, just because the laundry room is probably considered the most boring part of the house in their brains, so they might not follow you in here. So that's a good tip for you if you have kids. You might be able to avoid your kids doing it just in the laundry room and using the surfaces that you have, just getting like a, what is that, $20, $30, $40 table. I don't even know how much that table was, but just getting a little fold-up table, do it in here. You can even do this with the ironing board if you have an ironing board. I don't have an ironing board, but that's just me. Okay, so now that we're done with that, everything that's behind me over here on the washer and dryer, those are things I'm hanging up for my wife and I. Everything that's on this table, that is stuff my wife would take, and I'm just gonna let her know that the laundry is ready for her, so she'll take it today, tomorrow sometime, but it'll be there ready for her when she's ready to take it. Now, off camera, I'm gonna tell you how you can adapt this if you have to go to a laundromat, because I've had to go to a laundromat for quite a few years, and I wish I would have done this before, but I did not. That's okay, you're gonna learn from my mistakes. Okay, so how do you do this method if you're going to the laundromat? And so this might require you to adapt your style completely differently if you go to the laundromat. If you did it like how I used to throw everything back in there, say I was going to fold it at home just so I can get out of there, and then that never happened. So here's how you can do this. I would bring hangers with you. I would bring a bunch of hangers with you. I would either get a big box that they go in that you bring with you each time, or I would bring like a container of some kind, a tote bag, whatever you want to use, right? It can be big or small, as long as you can roughly fit maybe 100 hangers, maybe less in there, but just a good quantity of hangers. You're going to want to bring them, and you don't want to just carry them out to the car because that's just going to be annoying. That's another thing you're going to have to carry that's going to be heavy and annoying or bulky or whatever. I guess hangers aren't heavy, but you know what I mean. Now, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to bring 2 to 3 trash bags per person in your house. If you're a solo person, you're living out of an apartment, bring 2 to 3 trash bags for yourself. If you have a partner, then you're going to have about 5 to 6 trash bags that you're going to be bringing. If you have kids, add on from there. Now, these can be any sort of bags, but I would recommend 33 to 39 gallon ones. If you aren't using those for your house already, make sure you get those. But if you want to get lighter ones, you can probably make these work too. But these are basically going to be used to put over your clothes once they're hung up. So what you're going to do with the laundromat is you're going to fold all your stuff. You're going to fold it all. You're going to separate it. I know this sounds like a pain in the ass because you want to leave. Trust me, it'll be a major time investment for you that isn't going to cost you in your actual household. And what I mean by cost you in your actual household is just like the space that you're going to have left in the house. You're just going to leave the basket somewhere if you don't do this, right? So you're going to separate them. You're going to have it set up to where each person just take their basket in the home. Now, if you're the home manager or you're like a stay-at-home mom or something like that, shout out to stay-at-home moms, by the way. If you're somebody who's like doing all the laundry, you're doing all the process, right? This is going to save you so much time and energy and effort because everything is separated. You're going to put the trash bags over the clothes to have them separated. Almost like, I don't know what this is called, but we used to do this in retail when it like, when I worked at Marshall's, we would actually just put like trash bags over like dresses or suit jackets or things like that. Comment what I'm talking about right now because I can't even think what I'm talking about. But we would just put them over them so that way they just wouldn't get dirty. So you're going to do this for each set of clothes that's already separated and hung up so that they can just take it to their closet, then just hang it up, and then just droop the thing off. It's going to make things 10 times easier. You're going to save a whole lot of time doing this too because you're going to have to do all this anyway. Now, if you don't have a lot of closet space, or in some cases, some houses don't have any closet space, you're just using dressers or something like that, then what I would do is I would just simply fold everything and just have it all separated. Because at least at that point, it's ready to go in a drawer. You just shove everything in, boop, 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 and it's all done. A pro tip I would have if you're someone who folds just about everything in your house is I would have 1 basket per person for shirts and tops and 1 for like jeans and shorts and things like that. That way everything is just already separated. You can kind of subcategorize it in the basket while you're doing it, and it'll just make things a lot easier for you. If you all want me to go to a laundromat and do this for you visually, because as I was saying it, I was like, this could be helpful, but this also could be confusing to people, let me know. I will totally take a day where I just go back to the laundromat. There's actually one right by my house, and I could just show you all of this on camera, so that way you could just see the process itself. But let me know if you would even want that. But yep, this is an ADHD-proof way, so the major thing is just make sure you're centrally located. Make sure your folding station can have some decent amount of room, not a whole lot of room. You don't need a whole lot of room for this, but some decent room for you to just be able to stay in place and not have to go anywhere. You don't have to lug the laundry anywhere. You don't have to separate it. You don't have to carry this big bulk anywhere. You just carry it out of the dryer and you stay in one place until you're ready to move on to the next action. I promise you, this is going to save a lot of you a lot of can't say the word because it's a big word, Elmo. Executive functioning power. There we go. But that's how you can get the laundry done a little bit quicker. That's how you can do it at a laundromat. That's how you can do it if you have limited closet space. And yeah, if you have any questions on it, just comment it and I will answer them as soon as I can. All right, until next time. Bye, guys.